everybody? Welcome to another episode of the ADOS Podcast. It's your host, Elijah Norris Holiday.
And I'm your host, Christian McClary.
And we're bringing you yet another episode of the ADOS Podcast. We got joined with us Kemari Davis, a.k.a. KD.
Yes, sir.
CEO of Health is Wealth. And he's also leading the efforts with the Twin Cities Urban Fashion Show. Brother, tell us who you are, man. How are you?
What's good, bro? What I do, I'm CEO of Health is Wealth and also the creator of Twin Cities Urban Fashion Thon. You feel me? Not fashion show, Twin Cities Urban Fashion Thon, where we have a 3-day event. We have an artist showcase, a fashion show, and we have a little special events on Sundays. So it could be a networking event or it could be a sip and paint or some vibe. You feel me? But it's a 3-day pop-up shop we do all weekend long. And it'd be the biggest event it'd be the biggest event in the city. Every time.
So you did this before at Maplewood Mall.
Yeah.
And this was like a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, January.
Yep, January.
At the end of January, I started 25 vendors, but they was all Black owned. So that was the real culture that came with it, was that they was all Black owned, or just the people we was working with, they was all diverse, and then the mall is just completely diverse. Mm-hmm. So with the DJs coming through, they was able to bring a different crowd. The hosts we had, they got professional background in hosting fashion shows and actually being a part of things like this. So when you got the right connections, a lot of things just organically flow. And that's what really just how it happened the first time. It just organically flowed because I'm really just tapping in. My friend, he's a party promoter. My other friend, he's an artist. So then my other friend, she sell clothes out, you feel me? She go around the world and travel and sell her clothes. So everybody got their own type of fan base and following at that moment. So it's just really, if you could come together and bring everybody in the right spot,
yeah.
It gotta be the right spot. Like it can't be the spot over across the bridge or nothing like that. It gotta be the right spot.
You could bring people together, but if it ain't the right spot, it still ain't gonna work.
If it ain't the right spot, it's not gonna work at all. And Maplewood Mall was able to give me that opportunity to really showcase that. And I felt like everybody gained higher knowledge of learning how to be an entrepreneur and actually learning how to sell they self. You feel me? They had to sell they self. They had to promote they self in a way where you drop in ads for your clothing brands. You drop in photo shoots for your upcoming lines, and you bringing in that, what is that? I can't even think right now. Just bringing in people into the store. I can't even think of the word. Man, I can't even think of the word right now.
I want to, so we talk a lot about entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of cringe a little bit when I hear the word, but it's necessary to use the word because it's one that people understand the most.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when I meet entrepreneurs, they always lack something. And I was actually talking with one of our producers, Gabe, about this. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times what they lack is that willingness to actually sell themselves, that willingness to not sleep, to go that extra step, that extra mile, right? To put not only 100%, but add 50% on there in every single thing that they do when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You don't have the luxury of counting on someone else and depending on someone else. So the fact that you had a friend that you could pass something off to, and he was able to help carry that to the finish line.
Yeah.
That's a blessing because a lot of times as entrepreneurs, you don't have that.
Yeah.
You have to carry that yourself.
Exactly.
You know, you have to be there from the start to the end and everything in between.
Right.
And what makes a good entrepreneur, a greater entrepreneur or a perfect entrepreneur is someone who's willing to say, I don't need to count on nobody else. It would be nice to have that support, but if I don't have it, I got to be able to do it myself.
And shit, where I came about this was, when I first got into this, my homie Q, he was the party promoter at Monarch. I honestly,
shout out TM. Yeah, we know Q. Shout out TM.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the movement. I was telling bro, like, I want to get into photography, and I I was gonna figure it out somehow. So then, mind you, like I'm working a regular job at the time. So I'm like, how I'm gonna do this? You feel me? How I'm gonna save enough money to get a camera so I could actually start doing photography? And the camera costs like $900. You feel me? Like if you want good quality or something like that, you're gonna spend like $1,000.
Right, that's on the low end.
You feel me? Like if you really want to invest, you feel me? You're gonna start off with like a little $900, $800 camera. So it's like I was actually granted a blessing in that midst of me speaking on I want to be a photographer, because I was working at the XL Energy Center, and I'm cleaning up. I was cleaning at the moment, so I was we go through these we go through these aisles because it was graduation, and I came across a camera bag. I'm like, whoa. A camera bag, bro. Mind you, it's about 4 a.m. So I'm doing overnight. It's about 4 a.m. I see a camera bag. I'm like, can't be. So I'm like, I check my horoscope. I read my horoscope. My horoscope like, you're gonna come across an adventure that's gonna get you creative, and just you gotta keep flowing with it. So I was like, I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna take care of this right now. I'm gonna take heed to.
He said this was sent for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna take heed
it
to.
It might as well had your name on it.
So I was like, I'm gonna take heed of my horoscope, and I'm gonna actually see what I could do. You feel me? I actually that next day when I had filed the camera, I had just laid in my bed. I think it was on a Sunday. I just laid in my bed, and I drew on the back of a notebook just a picture of a camera and my first logo. So I was like, man, right now I'm changing my life. You feel me? Like, this is where I'm finna see the growth. This is where I'm finna see the passion if I actually take this serious.
And prior to that moment right there, and I love how you just put that, like, I'm about to change my life. And you turned around and you wrote it down, right? You put the logo down there, you put the camera on there.
Yeah.
And you said in that instance, I'm gonna change my life. You're trying to speak truth to power.
Yeah.
Prior to that experience though, prior to you went through that process, where do you think your life was headed down?
Bro.
Honestly. This ain't us podcast. We gotta keep it real.
Honestly, it wasn't even like I wasn't on nothing. Like, my life at that time, I just came back from college. We just went undefeated. I just had a good football season. But I came back from college because I got into something. You feel me? Got into some legal issues. So I just came back because I needed to just feel home and feel secure. So at that time, I'm just like, I went back to my old job before I even went out to college. Like, you feel me? I came back home and went back to my old job. I'm like, man, $300 checks every 2 weeks is not gonna do it. $300 checks is not gonna do it.
Not gonna cut it. Definitely not.
Not at all. You feel me? So I'm like, I started attending St. Paul College. Then I got that tuition money. Got about 2 bands. Got 2 bands. Bought my first car for $1,500. The rest of the money, I was like, I'm gonna figure out a way to just build on top of that. So as me going to St. Paul College, I got 7 classes. The only classes I attended was Introduction to Business.
And just completely slept through the rest, or just didn't go?
Bro, I didn't go to no other class because I didn't want no other answers, bro. It was just how I'm gonna start. That's the only answer I was looking for. And then once my teacher, my instructor told me, you just gotta go to the Secretary of State and get your LLC. After that, I was like, all right, you feel me?
He said, I bet. I ain't gonna see you no more either.
I said, all right, you feel me? I really didn't even, I think that was probably like, I probably didn't know that until probably the 3rd month when I had came back. When I was attending school. So.
Was that the last class you attended for that class too?
Yeah, it was the last class. It was. Because I was just like, I'm not going to school no more. I feel like if school not gonna put you in that position, who gonna put you in that position? Your mom not gonna put you in that position. Your grandma can't put you in that position. Your dad, he might know about that position, but is he gonna give you that ball? You feel me? So it's like
a problem we face in our community. A lot of times the elders that do have the tools and the resources don't give it to us for whatever reason. Christian and I discussed a few reasons possibly why, but we still haven't really come up with a solidified answer. But it's a problem we have in our community.
Yeah, and that's the real big thing is what the older people is teaching us. Like, cause in a way, like me, like you said, take me and you for instance. Like, you probably ain't had nobody as yo big homie telling you where you gonna be right now.
Absolutely not. Come on, we grew up in St. Paul.
Like nobody, like it's not one person out here that's gonna say, I'm gonna help you be what you is right now. It's nothing like that. And I feel like what I'm doing right now with this Twin Cities Urban Fashion Thon, I'm giving you that opportunity to start your brand, put it in a platform where you're going to get hundreds and thousands of views within a couple minutes, or just even branch off and be your own boss. But you got the skill tactics that you got just building with me within that circle and within that weekend. You're going to figure out how to traffic your customers, how to network your, how to network.
Yeah, how to leverage your networks.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so stuff like that. It's just
how to create marketing plans, business plans.
Exactly.
P&L statements. So you can go get those loans from the bank and leverage the loans.
Yeah. And people like that come across things like this because they want to see people do good. So it's like I swear to God, like the first one, I never thought I would able to be. I met people from the Galleria in Minneapolis, like people from everywhere. A girl.
People watch Fox 9. If you was on Fox 9, people want to just probably come check it out because it was on the news.
Yeah, so it was that was just a true amazing moment. And then I didn't even tell you this. I had an artist open up for the fashion show, and the clip of the news, just the small 30-second clip of the news, got her exposed to Atlanta record label.
Wow.
And it been one crazy journey ever since then, because her mom been calling me every week telling me like, Kemari, we're working on her EP. Kemari, we're working on her photo shoots. Kemari, she's finna drop this single. Like, so it's like the people that's really coming along with this journey is also like their doors is opening up amazingly. Like the mom, she's her manager. Her name is Talia. Her mom name is Susan. She's so proud, so happy, you feel me, that she's actually seen we made a formula for the Twin Cities Urban Fashion Thon and it actually worked. You feel me? So it's like that right there, when you create a formula that bring everybody through the right door, I feel like anything possible, and especially in Minnesota, because nobody know about us right now. Not at all. And if
I kind of want to jump in really quickly, Katie, because
for sure.
What you're saying right now, and I really want to shine a light on this, because it's more than just bringing the people together and opening the doors.
Yeah,
like you are giving people hope with fashion equity.
Yeah,
and a lot of people don't see fashion as a tool to where you can be expressive. Exactly. Where you can express yourself in different ways, whether it's body painting, whether it's saggy jeans, whether it's jean shorts, jeggings, whatever the case may be. A lot of people are looking at this and saying fashion is the movement in which we could express our creativity. And that is what opens the doors. And then if you could sell yourself, as Elijah mentioned, then you get that exposure. And then all of that goes back to you as one of the founding members who gave those people an opportunity
exactly
to do what they already had skills to do. They just didn't have that platform.
They didn't have that hope, that ambition until they actually seen.
Or the blueprint.
You feel me?
You came up with the blueprint.
Yeah. Hey,
they just had to follow it.
Exactly. And it works. Like, it works. It works. I had my homie Q. He was marketing so good, just posting his inventory on Instagram and just all on his social medias and stuff like that, and then able to bring in the store traffic too. He was able to sell out. He had about 100 jackets, sold them for 100 a piece. You do the math. You feel me? And the crazy thing about it is, like, he did it in 2 days. You feel me? He didn't need the whole 3 days to sell out. He did it in 2. So it's like, if you smart, you got a plan, and you feel like you could try to level it up, come to Twin Cities Urban Fashion Thon.
And it's that discipline piece too, though, right? It's the, I just made this much money off my product. Let me not go trick it off.
Exactly.
Right? Let me put that right back in. And stack it up again. Double it again. And let me still, even when I made a little bit more money now, let me still keep it there. And stack it up and double it and triple it again. It's that discipline. I mean, it's a lot that goes into being an entrepreneur that doesn't get talked about.
Hey, everybody not born a hustler. And that's what I realized too, though. With being your own brand, you gotta know how to hustle. You gotta know how to really put your foot down and say, you feel me? Hey, this is me. You feel me? This is what I do. Like, you gotta really take that step. And that's what I learned myself when I started Health is Wealth. I was actually just like, I started this about 3 years ago. I was in a bad situation. Like, I was on my own. I'll say that. I was on my own. And I was only wearing clothes because, like, I was like, I got out of the designer phase. Like, when I was in that bad situation, I was like, I ain't gonna wear designer. I ain't gonna
They ain't a priority.
You feel me? I ain't gonna keep up with the Joneses. You feel me? The next pair of J's. I could have the next pair of J's, but I ain't gonna buy the next pair of J's. You feel me? I could have them. It ain't like I was that, like, I couldn't do better, but it was just like, I took it as, all right, I'm gonna give y'all this lifestyle. You feel me? I'm gonna sell a lifestyle to y'all. It's Health is Wealth. And really, I didn't start selling clothes until January.
at the shop, at the pop-up.
But
Wait a minute. But you've been in the industry for 3 years. You've been designing clothes.
Yeah, I design customs, and I was getting fly in my own gear. I made my own designs for my own self. You feel me? At the moment, I didn't have enough money, so I couldn't put out a big inventory. You feel me? So it's like, okay, if I want to keep myself in the loop, I'm gonna find other ways. I made a song. Just, you feel me? Just got fly, called it Extra Dip. That's what I do. I get extra dip. Like, that's what I do in my own clothes, though. That's how it is. You feel me? I'm getting dipped in my own clothes, my own attire. So you seeing me as for myself. You feel me? You not seeing me for nobody else. Or the designs I'm coming up with, them is all designs out of my brain. You feel me? So it's like, when I'm doing customs and stuff like that, it's like, everybody, like, it's a high demand. Like, it's a high demand for sure. But I'm like, I don't got the funds. I don't know where to go.
A struggle that most startups, small businesses have.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like I don't know where to go. But when you actually just I've been saying this, like, because I really shouldn't have slept like that. Like, I really shouldn't have just been prolonging what I was doing like that. But when I realized I could just put $200 down and get probably like 50 t-shirts or something like that, just to keep me in the loop or just keep my pockets right. You got to know how to
stay relevant.
You feel me? Stay relevant for sure. So it's like, that's what I was doing in a way. I was like, I wasn't doing it consistently, but I was staying relevant. You feel me? So I'll come out with a new jacket that's hot, like a new extra dip jacket, or I have one of my homies that's a rap artist do a video in it. So they just, you feel me? You just keep seeing it. You just gonna keep seeing health is wealth. And somebody actually tried to steal like my first design. I used Dex, and I had a bottle of codeine. He was pouring out a bottle of codeine. Man, the storefront I had my clothes at started selling generic ones. Like, start making hats, and it was
the same design.
Yeah, like it was the same exact design, but it wasn't no codeine bottle, and they changed all the colors on them and put it on the hat. So I'm like, damn, like I gotta switch it up. Like
it's a ruthless industry though, man. That's just kind of, it comes with the territory when you're embarking on something big like this. When you're trying to actually be a successful business owner, entrepreneur, man, you got to protect your product at all costs. You got to protect your good at all costs, because people will come steal it if they think they can make more money off of it, or they have more resources and can expand it and scale it quicker than you can.
And that will happen. You feel me? That's in the game right now, in the industry, where that will happen. You feel me? That will happen, because shit, when I dropped that first song, that Extra Dip song, my videographer, his computer crashed, and some other dude got co-signed off of the same beat that I used. Literally, I swear to God.
Did you own the rights to the beats, or were you leasing it?
No.
You was leasing the beat?
Exactly. So it's like, when it come to business, like I'm learning the ins and outs from the artist standpoint, from the clothing standpoint, and actually from, you feel me, the setup, you feel me, of actually controlling everything. So it's like, you gotta really know the ins and outs of everything when it come to being a brand, and you got to figure that out, and you got to know that,
and that's the low side of business.
Exactly, because ain't nobody gonna teach you that.
No, and that's the hard work right there, man.
Yeah, and that's
actually business in general. You know, that's the overall layout of it. You know, if you don't have that protection by having an LLC or trademark or copyright, then it's pretty much up for grabs. So I know that's a discussion that, Elijah, we're going to have to figure out how we start securing. I know we bring a lot of communities and local businesses in, but we got to start making sure that our stuff as ADOS is secure, you know?
Exactly.
So that way people aren't making money off our names. You know, that becomes a different form of slavery.
Yeah, because
that's not what we need, because we're working hard. We out here in the trenches.
Yeah, for sure. Because that patent, that really means something. Like, and people really looking for that.
And if you don't got the resources, though, man, it's difficult navigating that process to try to get a patent. You know, the copyrights and trademarks is a little bit easier, but if you got a real solid invention or a product that's different, that's not on the market yet, and you're trying to get a patent, oh man, you can struggle for months, sometimes years to get approved.
And then
definitely years.
Yeah, I got a sister. She's a lawyer, and she be keeping me on my toes. Like, at first, she don't want to give me no business consultant, like none at all. You feel me? But she got her own law firm, so she's working with artists and all types of stuff. You feel me? And all types of brands and stuff out in Texas. So I'm like, she never really told me that either. So I had to figure out, like, ain't nobody gonna give you the sauce, like, at all.
And that's what I was trying to say earlier. I didn't mean, and let me go back and clarify, because I don't want any of my listeners and viewers thinking like, you know, oh, to be a great business owner or to be a great entrepreneur, you have to do it yourself. That's not what I was saying.
Yeah.
What I was saying is you have to have the willingness to do it yourself. Because nobody else gonna come and say, oh, you got a good business idea, let me give you $100,000.
Exactly.
No, that's not gonna stop it right now.
Exactly.
You got a couple nice rap songs, ain't no major record label gonna swoop in and say, oh, you got a couple nice rap songs, here go $1 million. Exactly. Stop it right now. Forget about it. I gotta be realistic.
Just
with
like where we at though. Just where we at, as in Minnesota, we're small. The only thing big is Prince.
Forget it, right? I mean, well, no, we got a couple of Lizzo, but she's not even from Minnesota. She moved up to Minneapolis. Lizzo pretty big, come on now, but she's not from Minneapolis though. So we talking about artists from it. Yes, it's a handful.
Exactly.
It's a handful. So when I said that statement, it wasn't to say like you have to get it by yourself, and if you don't, it's just you have to have that willingness and that perseverance. That if you're not gonna get no help, you still gotta figure it out.
Exactly.
Still gotta literally leverage every network that you have. Yeah. Every single person that you know is up to something.
Yeah.
Sit down and have a cup of coffee with them. Sit down and get some lunch or some dinner with them.
Man, hey,
put yourself out there.
For real, bro. I spend hours just work when I get into throwing my events. I spend hours just on the phone, bro, just hollering at probably about 100 people a day, bro. And these really just people that I personally know. So it's like, if you ain't even taking initiative to reach out, ain't nobody gonna reach out to you either. You feel me? So it's like,
cause they got their own stuff that they doing.
You feel me? So it's like if you ain't coming with some type of benefit or some type of dollar sign on it, you can't expect nobody to do nothing. You can't expect,
especially in the times we living in right now, man. We need every penny. Literally. I know Christian got some questions. I got one more question. We talked, about the highs of the business. We talked about some of the lows of the business. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned earlier, we both graduated from Como Park Senior High School, known each other since high school, from St. Paul. It's a lot of stuff been happening in our community, bro. Man. And just Twin Cities in general. I hate when people got the St. Paul, Minneapolis thing. That's stupid to me, man. Because if you really from the Twin Cities, you go back and forth. You do business in Minneapolis, you do business in St. Paul. You talk to a girl, you may talk to one in St. Paul, you may talk to one in Minneapolis. You may go out to eat it. It's just, you cross that river often.
Yeah.
Often.
On me. And I honestly, I ain't touched that river I ain't crossed that bridge until honestly probably when I came back from college. Like, I never went to Minneapolis and knew about Broadway. Like, I never went down Broadway.
And that's sad though, man, because you're not gonna find another place that. And I live in the North Side now and love it. You're not gonna find another place in the Twin Cities or even the state of Minnesota, anywhere that has a large concentration of black folks like that. Yeah. Besides North Minneapolis, Yeah. And that's one of the primary reasons I moved there, man. Mm-hmm. We didn't have control over where we lived when we was younger. Yeah. But I'm an adult now, so I do got control over it. And I chose to live there. But it's a lot of crime and things happening on the north side. Yeah. It's going down over there every day. Yeah. And I know we both lost friends just growing up in the Twin Cities, man.
Man, long live Mob Ties. He just passed away 2 weeks ago.
Rocking Mob Ties right now. Talk briefly about that, man. I know he was at your event. That's where I met him, man. I've heard about him before, heard about his brand. And actually, that was one of the reasons why I walked up to him. Because, like, man, I've been hearing about your clothing, man. Yeah. Like, your style. You see, I got the shirt on right now. Like, man, your style is fresh. Yeah. I was going to get a hoodie from him, a custom hoodie. Yeah. Honestly. And I should have hit him up before, man. I was supposed to get a custom hoodie because I bought the shirt. But he had a hoodie and I didn't like the color. Yeah. And he was like, I do customs, though. Yeah. So he's like, I took his card down and everything. He's like, I do customs. Just hit me up, man. Good dude, man. Good business plan. I see people rocking his gear. I know that was a friend of yours, man. If you want to speak on it,
he had it down. He had it down to the T. I feel like, cause honestly, he was the first. He told me about the mall. He was like, bro, I'm finna. He said I got this pop-up shop on the weekend. He was like, it's gonna be at the mall. I'm like, oh yeah, shit, I might want to, you feel me? I might put something together. I got, you feel me, a couple of jackets. I might want to just throw my jackets in there and I just dropped the female collection. So I'm like, all right, I could do something, you feel me? I already got some type of marketing going on for my collections and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna chop it up at the mall and see what I could do. And he said we is spending every weekend in that mall. Like, we were spending every weekend in the mall, bro. So we literally from standing outside, like we standing outside just passing people our flyer, just passing them, you feel me, our business cards and telling people about the store. And it was only about 3 males. It was a man, he worked with his wife, Mob Ties, and me. The rest is all women. You feel me? Every weekend we working with all strong Black women. So it's like when he just passed away, it kind of hit real hard because he wasn't that type of person where you wouldn't expect him to go out for, you feel me, like some that, like, he died because he slit his wrist. I'll say that. He slit his wrist in a bad accident, and he wasn't able to get himself the right medical attention within that time of him passing away. So
and this was an accident, just to clarify. It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident. So he didn't have enough time. But as I was looking at him in the casket, he was so mad and upset. Like, he knew it shouldn't have went this way. Because just the person he was and who he was becoming, he had just got out of jail prior, I think 2 years before that, like 2 years prior. So he was on the steps to changing his life. And when he was acknowledged, when the news clip came out and he saw his banner in the background, he called me cheesing, happy. Like, FaceTime called me like, bro, I'm proud, bro. I'm happy. You feel me? We did something right. You feel me? Like, this is what's gonna change our community and really see the unity that we showing people and how Black brothers really supposed to move as businessmen. So when I had found out he was passing, well, when I found out that morning he passed away, I was actually that day, like that Friday, I had just had a meeting with the people with the venue I'm at about throwing the next one. So I was already thirsty to just holler at him in the morning. You feel me? I was ready. I was thirsty to tell him, like, bro, I got another event on the floor for us, bro. We gonna, like, his first time doing the event, he made, I think the first day he said he had made like 2 bands, like 2,000, like 2,500 or something like that. So I'm like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, people rock his clothes. That's what put me on to him.
I'm like, whoa. You feel me? I'm like, what am I doing? You feel me? Like, you feel me? I'm looking at it as a learning too, cause I ain't make 2,000 on my first day. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't make 2,000 on my first day, but I'm looking at how he coming in, how he marketing. He was running an organized business from having his boxes to having
the bags, the card in the bag. If you don't like a color he got customs. Because I bought the shirt and I'm like, I really wanted that sweater. It was a purple sweater though. It was a purple, and I really don't like purple like that. And I told him I wanted the red one.
Yeah.
And because my favorite color red. And he like, I don't got the reds in right now, but I can get you a custom made red one with whatever design you want. Just let me know. Yeah. And to me, that was like, you didn't let me walk away. You didn't let me walk away dissatisfied. Exactly. Not only did I bought something, I wanted something else, but you didn't have it. Exactly. You told me you can get it to me.
Exactly. And that's when that's what I'm talking about. When you want to brand yourself, you got to put your foot down.
Hustler.
Bro. You got to take that initiative to actually try to hustle, bro. You can't expect any consumer to wait on you. You feel me? Because it's competition. It's competition everywhere. You feel me? Within anything you do. So as him just like, I could get this done. Within that's just show you like, okay, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. You feel me? How I'm gonna rake up this little, you feel me, the little cheddar for the custom fit. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So it's like people just gotta learn how to, you gotta lock in, stay focused, and see where you wanna go, bro. Cause like, my man's just lost his life and he was gonna get rich off of this. And I seen it. Like, I seen the riches. You feel me? I know we was gonna touch millions off of just being ourselves, bro. And this is what we do. We just be ourselves. We don't gotta get nobody no false image or who he is as gang members or any of that. We don't want that. We don't want you to see us like that, because we want y'all to see us as $1 million people. You feel me? These people you gonna respect when you see us outside. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because you know that man right there, he a boss. So you gonna speak to that man like a boss. You feel me? So it's like him passing, that hurt real deep.
That hurt the city, man.
That hit the city. That hit real deep, because I looked up to him as, you feel me, like, bro knew what he was doing, and if anybody was watching, you saw the growth, you saw the potential, and you saw where the next level was going. You feel me? And that's where being an entrepreneur, you got to know what's the next step. If B don't work, what's C? You feel me? So he had A, B, and C lined up.
All the way down to Z2. All the way down to Z2, man. Rest in peace, Mob Ties, man. Christian.
Yeah.
What you thinking about, brother?
Yeah, definitely rest in peace. And I'm just thinking of strength right now for you, brother Katie, because you could have stopped it. I hear a lot of people who run into that, where they got best friends and family members who are their business partners, who that relationship was like not just built on creativity and ideas, but it was built on that personal relationship of actually going through, different life journeys and adventures together.
Yeah.
And you could have stopped it and you chose not to. And part of that is because that this was the dream.
Exactly.
And that this is how your friend lives on. Because no matter what you do and how you blow this up and how this is going to blow up, because it is, it already has. Yeah. This is a way to pay it back. Yeah. To your friend and to the family and take care of the family. Yeah. So I was thinking of strength, and I really wanted to get into it because I know health as well. Like the whole health piece, that is so important for our ADOS community. Yes. Because, we have situations where we don't want to talk about certain things, that we don't want to acknowledge things, and we're still trying to operate and navigate in this world. But the problem is we have some things we're dealing with internally. And I'm just going to say, all three of us are men in this podcast space right now. And there's a time we need to put the toughness down. We don't need to flex our muscles. We need to say, hey, we could be vulnerable. We could cry. We don't have to be masculine all the time. But, and this is why I bring all that up, because the name Health as Wealth is so much beyond just the monetary value that you're bringing to the fashion. Yeah. And I just wanted you to talk a little bit about, what your health space had been like, and how are you staying sane and in order even after the passing of your friend?
Well, after that, it's really what I said earlier, is the lifestyle. You feel me? If I feel like in a health aspect, if people see you hurting or see you down, you can't really. They not gonna look for you as somebody they could rely on. You feel me? They can't look at you as somebody as support, because they see how internally you is, or how bad of physical, you feel me, how bad your physical appearance is. So it's like, I don't know, like honestly, I keep my head up, bro. Like I keep my head up, and I stay to the plan, bro. I gotta I stay to the plan at this point, cause it's a lot of things you could just fall off. You could fall off. Man, people dying off of perks,
drinking,
smoking. I'm saying
pills.
Like the perk level right now of deaths. Like
they want to talk about it. They don't even want to talk about it.
Like that is scary, cause man, everything is unexpected, and if your health ain't on point, or your mindset not on point, mental health, you can crash and put yourself in a very, very bad position where you it been times where I want to shut down. Like I swear to God, bro, I wish you feel me? Like I know I can't shut down, but I know you feel me? Like something in me like, bro, just give up. You feel me? Like, ain't nobody there, bro. Like, ain't nobody around. You feel me? Like, when you face obstacles like that, you really figure out where you want to see yourself and how your life gonna go. You feel me? So stuff like that, you being alone, you can be like, damn, you feel me? I might need to lose a couple pounds or two. You feel me? Like, you might need to lose a couple pounds or two. So it's really just, man, I just say, when it comes to health, make sure your mental health is always on point. Cause that's probably the biggest thing in the world right now, where a lot of people is not there. Like, not there at all. You might not know something that gets you out of place. You could get into a bad relationship that gets you out of place. You feel me? Put you in a bad predicament. I done been through that. You feel me? I done been through bad predicaments like that. Or even just with family.
Right. Loss of a family member, beefing with family members. I mean, all of that go into your mental health.
Exactly. So stuff like that, you got to take accountability into, and like, you got to figure out, like, you feel me? I got to know what I can and can't give, and how I'm going to honestly just go beyond it. You feel me? How I could honestly just stay on, make sure, I don't know, it'd be a lot of things that eat me up, but you would never know, because I would never say nothing like that. Like, I would never tell nobody how I'm internally feeling, but I know that I can't show that or express that to anybody, because if I was, I'd turn into a monster. You feel me? I'd be a monster, bro. Like, if all the losses and, you feel me, the L's I've been taking, just if I showed that, it, like, you wouldn't want to wear health as well.
Right. Or I'm gonna be 100. If he was overweight, you didn't have nice teeth, you didn't dress nice.
You feel me? Like,
I probably wouldn't want to wear health as well, because you're not embodying that yourself.
Exactly, and that's what people gotta understand too. Like, what you pitch yourself as a brand, you gotta live that lifestyle. And I'm gonna keep saying that it's a lifestyle, because what you do is what's gonna bring you into the next light, into the next ventures. And you gotta really decide how you gonna go about that, because it's gonna you're gonna run into millions of obstacles, family deaths, people trying to steal your name, people trying to steal like your copyright, or, you feel me, your designs, all types of that. So you just gotta really learn how to bounce back. And if you ain't a person to bounce back, you probably gonna be sitting down a lot.
and if it's not a lifestyle, then guess what? Every little thing that happens to you is gonna destroy you.
It's gonna destroy you.
Because to win is a dog fight. People think winning is easy. You just wake up one day and, I won. Nah, man.
No.
It's lost, no. Get out of my face. This is a stupid idea. This is a dumb idea. This is never going to go anywhere. And then finally, you get that yes.
Yeah.
Finally, you get that I believe in this. I want to support it. Finally, you get that recognition that you worked so hard to get, but it's a dog fight.
Hey, nah, for real. Because, shit, my whole life I've been hearing the word no. So I was like, shit, I wanted to get a car. No. You gotta get your permit first. I get my permit. Can I drive? No. Why I can't drive? You need your L's. Get my L's. Can I drive? No. I'm gonna go get my own. You feel me? So it's like I done went the things I went through really showed me, like, I heard the word no so many times.
Since birth. Honestly, since you were old enough to recognize the human, the English words, English phrases, dialect.
Man.
You've been hearing no.
That word no eat me up.
2, 3 years old, no. 4, 5 years old, no. 10, 15 years old, no.
Man.
20 years old, no.
No. 22, no. Like, You gonna like it be things where you might not feel like you need somebody, but you gonna always need somebody. Like you gonna always need somebody. Like I'll go to my grandma if I need her. You feel me? Really just for a conversation though. Just so that mental state just it just set back balance.
Cause Granny ain't gonna tell you no.
You feel me? So once you set that balance back in, and once you figure out like, okay, I'm gonna just go to the next step. You feel me? I'm gonna find that C. You feel me? And then once you find that C, bro, like you ain't gonna hear that word no too many times now. You feel me? Once you got that C, you ain't gonna hear that word no. You ain't gonna hear that word no, cause you ain't gonna ask nobody for nothing. So once you got A, B, and C lined up, you on the right track to anything.
I like that.
And you know, it's interesting that you bring that up, because and as I think about the fashion, I'm also thinking about, you know, partnerships and everything that goes into it, like the promotion, the self-selling, you in the mall, you know, passing out flyers, the outreach, the marketing. And, you know, there are some people who are doing duplicate things who went through their no's, but they're at their yes now. They're at their and one of the movements that I think of is the Humanize My Hoodie movement. And I don't know if you're familiar with Jason Soul and Andre Wright, but they are the founding members of that. And that's also the activism with clothing. And I know they do some New York Fashion Week stuff too. So have you guys had communication and conversation about, you know, doing shows together?
Nah, honestly, nobody ever gave us this opportunity, bro. I never heard of anybody saying, I got a 3-day pop-up where you could come perform. You could be nationally exposed in a way, or any type of way you want. You feel me? If you find a way. Cause I'm really giving it, and I'm putting it in your hands to take the chance of actually building a fan base for yourself from other people. So it's like, ain't nobody ever say like, I want you a part, or ain't nobody ever. That's why I said like, everybody tell me no, bro. Like, like they gonna tell me no until they actually see I found that C, bro. And once I found that C, you ain't gonna tell me no. You gonna say yeah. You gonna you feel me? This is gonna always be a yes, or I'm gonna figure it out. You ain't gonna tell me no, but you might say I'm gonna figure it out. You feel me? So it ain't gonna be a no, but I'm gonna figure it out.
And you know what? I think, Christian, your question, or what you're alluding to in your question is that how do you find those different people who are maybe doing similar things and actually collaborate and network with them? And actually, I want to get into that on our next week's episode. I'm gonna have Aaliyah come on. She's a young person, entrepreneur. She does photography, videography. She actually was doing photo shoots this morning, so she couldn't join us. I was going to try to have both of y'all in here at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she's going to come on next Saturday. She's already been locked in. And we're going to talk about that because she struggles a lot with collaborating with different people who are also in that same space that she's in. And she wants to work with Black people, but sometimes she get told no by her own people.
You gotta figure out your crowd. I'll say that too. You gotta find that crowd. Cause not everybody gonna like you,
and not everybody want to network with you.
You feel me?
Right? No, not everybody want to do business with you. And it's a part of the game.
And that's how it is. And then everybody want that dollar sign. So you feel me? Depending on who you is, and you feel me? I'm showing you the lifestyle. So once you fall in love with that lifestyle, you ain't gonna say no. You gonna say I'm gonna figure it out.
Yep.
You feel me? So then that's when collaborations come. Like, they ain't gonna say no. They gonna say,
because they see where you're going. Let's be 100. People want to go where you. If you're going somewhere great, if you're traveling on a path that's gonna lead to success,
exactly.
Most smart people gonna be like, all right, let me put on my shoes. I'm about to be out the door in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm about to be on the same road you on.
Exactly.
Let's just be real.
Exactly.
But people ain't finna go down a path if they think, oh no, his path ain't finna go nowhere. Exactly. That path ain't leading towards success or no money. or no exposure for me. I'm gonna stay in the crib.
Exactly.
And that's the unfortunate part about it. Nobody gonna believe into your vision until they see the vision come true.
Cause like just watch when this blow up, bro. Like we gonna give it 6 months, bro. I'm gonna say 6 months to actually somebody from out in Texas or somebody out in New York, or you feel me, somebody just big trying to really put their face on something, you feel me, something like this, because they see the impact it's creating. And when you could figure out you're gonna give somebody generational wealth, you're not gonna turn that down.
Absolutely. Man, we talked about a lot of stuff. We're gonna wrap it up. I want to definitely get you back on with Christian back in the studio.
Yeah.
He's out camping, having a good time right now. Ain't that right, Christian? Aren't you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this weather, but I would have rather been in the studio this morning.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for still joining us through Zoom, bro. I know your dedication to the 8 Hours podcast exceeds no other, so I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, of course. We're a team, Elijah. We're all a team. Is you, myself, the studio, and the community.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes us so strong and solid. So
unity.
Keep up the great work, brother.
Yes, sir.
Unity, and that's what I preach a lot. We got to show the youth right now unity and some type of. You feel me? Some type of I can't even think of the word, man. It just be so much going through my head at once. But we gotta show them that we got it's a backbone. It's a backbone.
And we gonna have a plan. And I talked about this on one of the earlier podcasts. I said I was gonna wrap it up. As the last piece I'm gonna say is that I do feel like in some way our elders, not all of them, a majority of them failed us.
Yeah.
They got their good jobs. They moved out to the suburbs. They bought their BMWs and their Benzes and their nice little house and had their family, and they forgot about us.
Yeah.
They forgot about the people that helped put them there.
Exactly.
The people that drove them to want to succeed and do better. And they were community oriented at one point, but once they reached that success, they just didn't reach back out.
Hey, nah, because what Christian was saying earlier, like, has people ever reached out? It been people I know see me and I know they got a big platform, but they gonna see it as you trying to eat off of them. You feel me? Like if a person ain't gonna see what you could bring to the table, they gonna say you want my pocket. You feel me? You trying to dig in my pocket. You burning my hole. So it's like, man, I tell a lot of people this: if you want something done, do it yourself. If you feel like you can't believe in nobody or nobody believe in you, always believe it's God, and He see you, and He might bless you today, tomorrow, or next week with something that's gonna change your life. And you gotta figure that out. And once you figure that out, don't stop. Don't tell nobody no. When you say no, you start hearing the word no a lot too. So don't say no. Say I'm gonna figure it out. Don't say bye. Say I'm gonna see you later. You feel me? And you just learn how to show people your side of what you want them to see, and not a false image of your brand or you as a person. You feel me? Because that's where a lot of things, a lot of false narratives mess up and change the youth and change how we look at people, because people ain't projecting the right image. You feel me? And that might not even be what you actually is. So, You feel me? So just, if you got a plan, stay to it. Make sure you got A, B, and C. And if you got a brand, live that lifestyle. And everybody just is going to naturally, organically flow. And you're going to see the love if you're a real boss.
I think that's a perfect way to end today's episode. Thank you, KD, for coming on. Health is wealth, everybody. I'm going to drop all the links so y'all can show up to the Twin Cities Urban Fashion thing and show some love and come out, show some support.
Yeah.
Christian, thank you, brother, for tapping in on the Zoom this afternoon. Hope you enjoy yourself out there camping.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Instagram, 8 Hours Podcast. YouTube channel, ADOS Podcast, Facebook, ADOS Podcast, where we do drop our episodes every week on Thursday. You'll be able to see this next week. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Talk to you later. Peace.